Hello everyone, in this video we are going to look at a double bar graph. So let me show you the one that I drew out. Right over here. Here we have favorite ice cream flavors among students and teachers. Now a double bar graph can be used to compare two sets of data, and here I'm showing the comparison between students and teachers about their favorite ice cream flavors. I label red for students and blue for teachers. And here we got a couple of flavors. I got a couple more down here, as well as the numerical amounts down here. So we got vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and then if they liked something other than those three, that would be this one here. So let's take a look at a couple of questions that we may come across. Which flavor was least favored by teachers and then by students? So I'm going to label T for teachers and S for students. Let's take a look at our graph again. We are looking for the least favored ice cream by teachers, the blue part. The smallest blue part here would be here at strawberry for teachers, and then the least favored flavor by students would be vanilla right here. So what flavor was least favored by teachers? That would be strawberry. And then for students, it was vanilla. Next question says, how many people like vanilla ice cream? So what's different about this question is that we're only going to be looking at one flavor, and we're going to find the total amount of people that like that flavor. So here's my scale. Looks like we have 35 teachers that favor vanilla. And if I look at the one for students, we're about halfway between 15 and 20, so we'll say 18. So how many people like vanilla ice cream? We have 18 students and 35 teachers. Adding this amount gives you 53. And now the last question says, guess the total number of teachers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at all the blue segments here, and we're going to add them all up. So the number of teachers here is about 35, which we got from the last problem. The number of teachers here for chocolate is between 10 and 15, so we'll say 13 for that one. For strawberry, there are 10 people. And then for a different flavor, there are around 45. So we're going to add those four numbers up. 35, 13, 10, and 45. Let me bring this down here so we can see. So we have 35 plus 13 plus 10 plus 45. And again, it says guess the number of teachers, because some of those numbers were in between two numbers. So we can just roughly guess that specific number, which is what we did for 13. And that was really about it for this one. We just had to guess this number. So adding all these numbers up in total gives you a total of 103. So we talked to 103 teachers for this. And here was all that information from beforehand. So remember the key things that you need for your double bar graph. You need a key, meaning like what's going to indicate each of the two parts for your double bar graph. Label them accordingly. And then you'll need on your vertical part here, one set of data. And then down here, you'll need a second set for specific purposes, it would typically be those increments. And I drew this double bar graph horizontally just so you could see the difference between ones that were vertical and ones that were horizontal. I drew my bar graph vertically in the last video. And of course, all graphs need a title. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.